You know what I realized yesterday? I had this epiphany. I was watching these clips from Lollapalooza, all these festivals, and I just had this like insane epiphany to myself, like of the image of, in this case, rappers. The image of the superstar where that is the business. There's so many people during quarantine that just like fucking popped off, and I'm watching them and I'm like, wow, like to me this adds like another level of just like validation almost. It's like, dude, I love Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow is sick, love his songs are fire. And then when you fucking watch him on stage, and then there's like, you know, I know it's a festival, but there's like hundreds of thousands of people singing his songs. It just adds that fucking element of just like superstar. And it's like, dude, what would they be without that? You know what I mean? Like what, like how much of being a freaking rapper or being an artist or being a musician is that fucking superstar aspect? You know what I mean? Like that is such part of the brand. I'm just looking through he posted another little song preview, and the song just sounded better after I saw him on fucking stage, and then just going through all the people that have been kind of blowing up during this quarantine phase or whatever. It kind of led me down this road where I just started thinking about the whole like business model of music. Like what if artists made, you know, millions and millions of dollars on the streaming? You know, if you just gave artists their worth. And you know, I don't know what the fuck any artist deal is on. I have no fucking clue. And obviously performing in front of mad people is lit. It's exciting, you know, doing a tour. But I've just started thinking like, man, like the image of that performance and being lit helps the whole brand, which in return helps the streams, which usually makes the labels money, or whoever owns the music, it usually makes them money. So it's like, it's on the label side to own the music, so that in order for the artists to make money, they have to go out on tour, because they're not making as much as they would want on the music. So they're not making as much as they want on the music, so they have to go out on tour to make money, which usually tour is like, it's like you make 100,000 and you spent 66,000 to make the 100,000. The profit margins aren't that great, but it's tour, it's lit, you're seeing your fans, you're making more of a connection, which in return helps the brand. But you know, after like 4 tours as an artist, if you're making millions and millions of dollars every month, you know, are you inclined to go out there and kill yourself on those tours as much? I don't know, I just had this fucking epiphany, like damn, like it's like labels take the streams, they take the money, so that it's almost like the fucking UFC, where you know, you don't, if you paid every single fighter millions and millions, if you paid fighters what they're worth, you have to not pay them as much to keep them as hungry killers, so they go out there and perform. So it's like you have to keep the rapper wanting to make the money on the tours and on the merch, so they get out there and do the shows and make the content that comes back and gives them a better brand and more streams and etc. And it's like a cycle like that, because if you just gave every artist an amazing deal and they just made the same amount of money as the labels on the streaming, they wouldn't be as inclined to fucking bust their ass out there on tour, because tour is like sleepless fucking nights every single night of the week. You know what I mean? You're killing yourself, you're killing your voice and all that shit. But I don't know, it just seeing Instagram and seeing certain artists who haven't, you know, had that moment yet to go out on stage because we've been locked down for so long, it just adds this validation aspect to them. It elevates their brand and elevates their whole image, which in return helps out the music streaming, which is the majority of where money is made in the music industry.